I'm Sean Thomas, and this is Local Flight, a show where I travel around to some of the best bars in the country to meet amazing mixologists and challenge them to create innovative cocktails using unique local ingredients. In this episode, we're putting spice on ice. I'm in Houston, an international city with a young population that demands great cocktails. At the award-winning Trinity restaurant, the ladies of libation are designing some incredible drinks. I'm gonna head there and meet Leslie Ross, half of this dynamic duo, to see what they're up to. Talk to me about your bar program here at Trinity.
Lori and I, we are Ladies of Libation, and this is our home base. Mm-hmm. We follow classic rules, but then we also take our own artistic license sometimes, and we'll take a variation on a classic.
Well, I'd love to try an example of what you're talking about.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to make you the Kipling Cup, which is our version of a Pimm's Cup.
Great.
It's going to be 1.5 ounces of Bombay Sapphire, 1 ounce of the Pimm's Chutney.
Okay.
And this was made with Pimm's number 1. Mm-hmm. And then we added all the traditional elements of a Pimm's Cup condensed down into one ingredient. The last thing that we're going to add into the shaker is going to be the Darjeeling and Earl Grey Dolan Dry Vermouth. We did a cold infusion overnight in the fridge, so we did 24 hours with the tea bags just steeping.
Impressive.
And the last element is our house-made ginger beer that we typically do, and we swapped out the water for the IPA, so it's going to add a rich, malty character to the cocktail itself. But wait, there's more. So to tie in all the elements in the glass, we actually made candied hop cones.
Amazing.
We're going to perfume the glass.
Uh-huh.
What many people don't know is the traditional garnish before there was cucumber was actually borage flour. This flour tastes like cucumber.
Wow. I almost don't want to drink it.
Oh, but you should.
Wow.
And there you go.
Thank you so much.
Very welcome.
That's impressive. Cheers.
Thanks.
Here's to your craftsmanship. Wow. The aromatics are so distinct. With a traditional Pimm's, you get all those muddled ingredients, all that fruit in there. It looks like a big fruit salad in your drink. You get all the complexity of those flavors, and you've managed to do that by making that cordial you talked about. This drink is phenomenal.
Awesome.
Really, really well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So I learned that there's actually another dynamic duo of sorts here in Houston. They make hot sauce.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna head there, find you an ingredient.
All right, bring me something awesome.
All right, I'll see you soon. When Houston natives Jeremiah Tollerine and James Nelson started Bravado Spice, their go-to spot for the best local ingredients was Canino Produce. In the beginning, they made each bottle of hot sauce by hand with ingredients they purchased here. I'm meeting up with them for a trip down memory lane.
When we first got started out, this is pretty much where we were at every weekend, picking up all the goods.
Well, what are we looking for today specifically?
We're gonna buy pineapple, habanero, yellow bell pepper, and garlic. Habaneros have a bright citrusy flavor that works really good with tropical flavors, and the yellow bell pepper helps protect the color. It helps balance out the sweetness of everything, and luckily we always find some pretty good ones here. So,
all right, next, let's get some pineapple.
Pineapples.
Pineapple.
What's the way to find a good one here?
The easiest way is if you sit a pineapple straight up like this, and you grab the center leaf. If you can pull it straight out like that, it's ready to go.
All right.
So like this one is going to be a good one.
That's great.
You gotta have the one last ingredient.
Our favorite. It's almost in every one of the sauces.
Yeah, there's a lot in here. We see like 2 heads or something.
Two.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's pay for these guys.
Okay.
Ready.
Thank you, ma'am.
These days, Bravado Spice hot sauces are made in a commercial kitchen. But when James and Jeremiah first started, they made everything at home. And that's exactly where we're going to make it today. So before we get started on actually making the sauce, tell me a little bit about how this all began.
A little under 2 years ago, me and him were hanging out, making ribs, grilling down by the pool, and we decided we were gonna go get some hot sauce from the store. And we're looking around in one of the bigger chain stores in my house, and we're trying to find things, and everything was kind of the same thing over and over and over again. It was high vinegar, high salt, who knows where anything came from. So we kind of decided, we were like, let's make our own hot sauce.
So we did what we always do and pretended we knew everything about it.
The next thing we know, we're in 100 stores.
Where did you guys come up with the name Bravado Spice?
I threw out the name bravado because it's Latin for brave and dumb, which is what we both are for starting a company in an industry that we had no idea how it worked.
And you guys still source locally as much as you can?
Yeah, everything comes from 2 companies here in Houston.
Awesome. And this is sort of like your guys' signature.
Back when we just formed our company, the first idea we had was the pineapple habanero combination. You're gonna help us make it. 2 full cups of the chopped pineapple. Put in one of those yellow bell pepper slivers. All 3 of those habaneros.
Oh God, all right.
4 of those garlic cloves.
4 cloves.
Throw in 2 heavy pinches of that salt right there.
Okay.
Here's some vinegar for you. Go ahead and fill this guy 3/4 of the way up.
And what kind of vinegar is that?
Plain distilled vinegar.
Okay.
So now we're gonna do a little blend action here. And then slowly turn this guy all the way up.
Voila.
And then
That's
we
it.
put-
That's
yeah,
it.
wait, get in there, give it a taste.
All right. That's some good hot sauce.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Really good hot sauce.
Yep.
The habaneros aren't overpowering.
No, but we try and keep it balanced between
Sweet.
spicy, a little savory, and just overall
Yum.
balanced.
Yep. That dude
And
right
that's this
there.
right here?
Yep, that's it.
Pineapple and habanero hot sauce.
Straightforward.
It's exactly what it
That's
says.
what it is.
I would love to take a bottle of this and bring it to a bar and see what a bartender can do with this, because I think they're gonna have a lot of fun with this.
I believe you.
Deal.
100%.
Yeah?
Make it happen.
And thanks for showing me this stuff.
Yeah,
It's great.
absolutely.
And I wish you guys all the best in the future and you guys' company. So, boom! Jeremiah and James are really doing it right. Their hot sauce is so fresh and unique. It's easy to see why Bravado Spice is making its mark on Texas.
This actually is a little more savory than I think maybe I expected. So
Okay.
in that case, I'm going to use it as sort of a shrub component, I think.
yeah.
I think that would be a good way to utilize this because you're still gonna get the heat, and then that bright vinegar and salt is gonna help all these other flavors. I think we should go tiki
Okay.
with this, and tropical and spicy work really well, and I think that the Grey Goose citron would work really well in this.
Yeah.
We're gonna lighten it up a bit, and instead of doing a traditional rum cocktail, I feel that all these other elements are bold enough to allow for a lighter spirit. Let's get started.
Gonna start with your botanicals there.
Yeah, let's take some of the sage. It's really fresh.
Smells it.
And I'm gonna actually use a couple of bar spoons of this. 2 bar spoons. It's probably a good place to start. Next, we're gonna add 1/4 ounce lime juice. Now we're gonna do the Dawn Spice Mix, a syrup basically that's made of allspice, cinnamon, and grapefruit. And ours is homemade and ours is pretty thick. So I think maybe 1/2 ounce is good.
Okay.
The Bittermans Amer Sauvage.
Amer Sauvage. It's like a citrus cordial.
You can use it in the place of triple sec. It does have some spice components to it, but it also has a nice balance of bitterness along with the sweet. Then I think to play up the pineapple and the habanero, this is our grilled pineapple juice. It's made by macerating pineapple and brown sugar. Let's do 2 ounces of the Grey Goose. Some crushed ice so we can swizzle. And this is going to mix everything as well as put a lovely frost on the outside. Okay.
So
Let me
cool.
add this ice.
It's just running right up that ice.
Looks refreshing.
It does look refreshing.
And I'm actually gonna take a lime. I think we're gonna put the bitters here.
Okay. And that's an edible orchid, right?
Absolutely it is. It's organic, edible orchid. Probably a little more sage. I'll wake it up a bit.
So that's Angostura bitters.
Yeah. Add some color, as well as definite aromatics.
Yes. There it is.
There we go. And if we want it to sparkle a bit.
Fantastic.
And then before we drink this cocktail, blow it out
Yeah.
and roll it in there.
All right, I will. Wow. All right, here goes nothing. Cheers.
Got it work.
Yeah, it works well.
Perfect.
I think the citron complements the drink so well. Really bright, balanced citrus. That's nice. Please try.
We can have a race.
Yes. A little bit of the habanero on the back end. A little bit of savory. What do you call a drink like this?
There is a city in Texas called Rio Bravo. It's also an old Western. So how about Rio Bravado?
Absolutely. I love it.
Awesome.
You are awesome.
Thank you.
I love the way you
Thank
think.
you so much.
I love the time and passion that you put into your drinks. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for coming by today.
See you soon. Join me next week in Atlanta for, you guessed it, Georgia Peaches. Make sure you check out our show sponsor, Grey Goose, and join me all season long as I travel around the country to make amazing cocktails.